There's only one ending in Metroid Zero Mission, but depending on your playstyle, once you've reached the ending and the credits have finished rolling, you will unlock one of 8 different pieces of concept art for the gallery in this game. Now, the way to get these 8 ending pictures are listed below in the description, because I won't have time to go through all 8 of them, but I can say that the 3 factors in getting these endings are the difficulty mode you started with, the time you spent playing, and of course, the most important factor, item completion percentage. Now, the way we did this game, there were only going to be 2 of these endings that were ever going to be a factor for us, because we were always trying to gun for 100%, and that automatically takes away the easiest 3 endings to unlock, 8 through 6, and the hardest 2, 1 and 2. But because we're doing it on normal, that also takes away ending picture 3, which means there were only 2 ending pictures we could get, that being 4 and 5. Obviously, we wanted to do an 100% speed run, so in other words, beating the game in under 2 hours, and that would be ending number 4. We're going to be able to do that today. But it's not always going to be easy, because one of the items to get is kind of a pain, and it's this one right here. Now, I've seen some people try to do a screw attack while the Shine Spark's active throughout Mother Brain's whole room. I'm here to tell you right now, no, don't do that. That is just not worth the trouble. Instead, what you want to do is do a storing of a Shine Spark in the room before Mother Brain. And then, what you want to do is know that you can press up during a spin jump to cancel out of it. So here, watch this. We're going to store it, we're going to spin jump into her room, then we're going to spin jump again, press up, A, left. This way you don't have to do some ridiculous stunt, and you can just fly through this wall, no problem whatsoever, and pick up this unbelievably not worth it missile tank. I mean, I can't tell you how ridiculous that item is to get if you don't know about spin jump canceling. It's absolutely absurd, and just even thinking about it's making me annoyed. I think I tried to do it that way back when I first played the game. I don't know if I ever got it either. Keep in mind, it's been about 12 years between the time I beat this game for the first time and the second one that you're seeing right here. But that was it for the 2 items in Turian, and now we can head on back to Chozodia, because that's where all the items are at that are left. Well, Chozodia and the Space Pirate ship, but I consider that one area. To get on up there quickly, just fly on up to the right here and take the exit we took way back when we got ourselves the power grip, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there are a couple items before we enter the actual Chozo ruins. So let's make sure we go and get those, and then we're going to, again, need to do some shine sparking and some craziness with it. In fact, it should be just up ahead. I'm pretty sure I go up here to take a look, and there is, in fact, one item to get. Oh boy, another one of those runs where we gotta do a lot of spin jumping while holding a shine spark. Not always the easiest thing. Just gotta get a running start, make sure to press down as we leave this room, and not press A like that. Oops. Well, let's try that again. Yeah, I kind of botched that one, but because I got the item in Turian so easily, I didn't want to scrap the run entirely. Again, all you gotta do here is store it, then get ready to spin jump, spin jump, spin jump about 4 times, and then run on until you get the item. If you're quick and you can store it again. I kind of screwed it up there, because what you want to do was do it from the flat part of the land where the super missile was, and store it while you're going up the ramp there. And I have flown off to the left, and I would have flown over everything. Not what I wanted to do. The reason why is because there's another item below here. Just drop on down, jump, left. And then make sure to hold left as you fall through this to get the game's final missile tank. Still a few items left, though. One of them's coming up right once we actually head into the Chozo ruins proper here. Quick little look of our power bomb shows that, sure enough, there's another one right there. Now, funnily enough, the next item is one that I accidentally wound up skipping over in my first run. Because if you looked at the start of this video, you might have noticed that save file B had a higher time than this. It's right here. I forgot to shoot through the floor here to expose those bomb blocks, because yes, there is an item down here. Right there. Completely forgot about that super missile tank. I just ran right by it because, again, I never exposed the map square. Whoops! Thank goodness I saved multiple save files, because if I had to go back to get it, chances were that I was not going to be able to get the speedrun ending I was going for. Spoilers, we are going to be getting ending picture 4, just saying right now. I mean, think about it. We were at 137 going in, and this video is only 24 minutes, and we kind of got credits to sit through. So, yeah. Now then, there's only 2 items left. 1 power bomb, and 1 energy tank. In this first segment, the only thing that's left is to collect the power bomb here before we go on and make our way back to where the final boss is located, because that final item is going to be right where the final boss is, pretty much. In fact, I think it's in the room, a couple rooms right before him. Just gotta once again make our way through the stealth section with a lot less stealth. So much easier when you got a suit that can just tear through everything, huh? In any case, just gotta get through one more room here if I'm not mistaken. Again, I always forget this route when you're doing it like this, because now you're just tearing through everything. Don't have to worry about getting caught, so once again, why are you worrying about it? But once we get out of here, we want to go up, because our final one was when we were being chased for the final time in our stealth section back in video 5. Gotta use some power bombs here, though, to open the way. It's right through this room here. Drop a power bomb, Samus. There you go. And you see where that second space pirate is up top? That's where we want to get to. Because sure enough, once you roll on through and take him out, and just take out his friend for the heck of it here, you can fire a few missiles up, and bam. So that's every item except the game's final energy tank. I'm pretty happy about this. Again, I'd never done an 100% run. In fact, for the record, I've only beaten every Metroid game I've ever played once until this one, so yeah, not a super duper expert of the series here. It felt fun going through this again, though, that's for sure. A lot of backtracking, though. I don't always know how I feel about that sometimes when it's near the end, but it's not as crazy as some of the other games in certain aspects. And again, it's different backtracking through a part when you actually have different items like this, as opposed to being, you know, Zero Suit Samus, and then, uh-oh, where do we go, where do we go? You're being chased. It's kind of like you have to be paying attention while that section's going on to figure out where everything is. We're coming up on the end of the first segment here, because again, I wanted to make sure I was going the right way, just in case. It can be a little tricky to remember everything. But now we got our save prompt there, we are going to take it, and sure enough, 250 missiles, 30 supers, 18 power bombs. That is every item in the game, except for that last energy tank. And sure enough, it's going to be near the bridge, so we might as well head on back that way right now. Leave the Chozo ruins behind once and for all here. And get back on board that space pirate mothership. This time, let's take those out with a power bomb and not get shot a couple times on our way up. There you go, just hug the right wall. Don't need to be playing any crazy here. Can't do a speed booster anymore since, of course, we did the power bomb breaking of that tube earlier. Kind of a bummer. But again, it's not that hard to get on up with the space jump, so we're going to do that. And once again, head on back to that game's final save point near the bridge. Actually, what we're going to do is get that first item and then head on back to the save point. I think it makes more sense that way. Again, don't have to worry about any of these enemies at this point. In fact, if I was smart, I wouldn't even waste my time shooting. There you go, just run through, don't worry about getting hit. I mean, we have 1,199 health. Chances are these space pirates aren't going to be able to do the job. once again, I probably should have just used this save point, but I probably forgot the route. I know me, and I always get confused when I leave an area and go into another one. It's like I can only memorize so much of a map at once. It's not like the Mario and Mega Man games where I can literally memorize the entire levels. And in Mario's case, it's memorize 4 or 5 at once for the most part. Nope, Metroid's this one big, huge, continuous map. It's kind of interesting doing a game like this for the channel. I can't say I'll be doing it again anytime soon, but it was fun enough. Now, one thing I want to show about this room is that once we get through here, there is actually a way to get up top. Keep that in mind for, about 5-6 minutes from now, I think. Because it's important. It's not vital, but it is kind of neat. A couple more rooms to get on through, and then we are sure enough going to be at that bridge. In fact, this is the last room before we reach the area where we were going for the power bombs way back when. Don't need to go left through the ship anymore. Now we can just finally go on up. So let's do that. Take these last few guys out. If you haven't set off the alarm, these are the last few enemies, regular enemies in the game. But we are going to need to do another Shine Spark run coming up. By the way, there's the power bomb again. Just in case you didn't believe me before, that was stopping us. But there is a way to go up and over it. I saw it in another person's run. But anyway, what we need to do here is screw attack through that while in Shine Spark mode. So in other words, we can't store it here. We have to go through it first. Once you tear through the blocks like so, go back and store another Shine Spark and get ready to do another spin jump cancel. It's just so much easier this way than trying to screw attack through these lasers here. Up a right. You're gonna get the game's final energy tank? Congratulations! You finally got 100%, Samus. Awesome. I'm pretty happy about that fact. I didn't know coming into this game if I was going to be able to do that. To be able to get through that, though, it is a good feeling. Still, though, that's 100% items, but we haven't completely finished things off yet. We're going to head on over to the boss, the final boss, and see if we can find a way to disable this ship before the space pirates try to come after us when we make our escape. Just in case you're not believing me here, press yes there. 12 energy tanks, 50 missiles, 15 super missiles, 9 power bombs, the suit upgrades that all count, and that makes 100%. Yay! Now, while 100% items are definitely a good thing, this is also going to change how the final boss works, because I'm going to say right now, if we were doing a normal run and we did not get 100%, the final boss would only take 28 missiles, or 6 super missiles, to defeat. When you get 100% though, not only is the boss's health tripled from 28 to 84 missiles needed, or 17 supers, he also has triple attack strength. This would be a problem if, you know, Samus wasn't so freaking powerful right now. So you know what? Let's do some victory hops, and let's go in and take down the final boss of Metroid Zero Mission. Here we go. Wait, do you hear that, Samus? Whoa, hey there. Oh no, not you again. Well, to be fair, it's a robotic replica of him. Yep, it's Mecha Ridley. Anytime he swings his claw at you, just hug the wall and then screw attack up. You can throw super missiles at him afterwards. Only throw 5 at his core then. If you throw 6, he'll start doing some lasers. So it's just smarter to do that, because the next time he does his claw attack, that's when you want to go crazy with super missiles. You can get up to 7 in him on a pass. And already that makes him down to just 5 super missiles to go here. At this point, he'll also start shooting missiles out of his back. And this can be a little complicated to get hits in now. When the timing's off, you're only probably going to get 1 super missile at most, maybe 2 if you're lucky. A way to take care of this problem, though, is to guess when that hatch is going to open in the back, and then drop a power bomb. Then all you gotta do is wait for him to shoot the claw, jump up one last time, bam, done. A no-hit run. Because, like, I'm getting hit by a Ridley. At least in this game. Nope. Game over. Or... no. Well, Mecha Ridley's going to blow up and he's going to take the ship with them, so we kind of need to get out of here. And if you remember where that one escape pod's at, that's exactly where we're heading, so let's get a move on. 5 minutes, though, is plenty of time to get there, I'm just going to say right now. Especially with something that we're going to do in about a minute here. Just got to go up and over, because these gates are no longer going to open for us. Make sure you jump up high enough there with the jump ball. Good job, me. But yeah, we need to get a move on here. Save points are, of course, disabled at this point. Just got to keep on hurrying, or we are not going to be able to make it. Again, at this point, the space pirates, at least the red ones, are not a problem whatsoever. We are coming up on the room, though, that has a big skip if you know how to take it, and we are going to be taking it here, because I wanted to show this one off. It's after the door with the power bomb hatch here, I think. Actually, what am I talking about? It's right here. It's in the room before the power bomb hatch. Sure enough, just got to shoot this little trash can out of the way, because guess what? This is a lot of ground that we can run on here. Let him go on through. First, you want to break the floor on the right, though. There's 2 speed booster blocks there. Now we want to get a speed booster going, because if you remember, in that room with the power bomb door, there are a lot of ramps. Here we go. Store here. Get on up. Take out that first space pirate. Another store. Another one. And then when you're next to the door here, go into morph ball form, jump up, press right. You are going to fly through the rest of this escape route. We are right above the ship right now. You can actually trigger the guards down below, these 2 ones that block the gate off, jump back up to the right, and they will never climb up the ledge. You can just shoot at them diagonally. Still, they don't take that long to take out, so get them out of the way and head on into the ship. Because we are getting... Hey, don't do that, you jerk. Anyway, hop into the ship, get on out of here, and guess what? That's it. Oh no. You can't be serious, dude. You fool! But with that, there's only one thing left to say. Mission accomplished. I win. And I also feel like I won because, well, I got to do something on this channel that I haven't done in a long time with a game that I've been wanting to play for years in Metroid Zero Mission here. And that's just doing a playthrough where I was able to talk over the game. It wasn't meant to be a completely informed run, but at the same time I wanted to do a skilled run. And sure, I had to watch videos to be able to do that, but, you know, it was fun being able to go through a game for a first time in terms of doing an 100% run that I'd never done before. This seems to always pop up with these Game Boy Advance games on this channel. Sonic Advance 2, first time I ever beat it on here. 0, 3, and 4, same deal, first time I ever beat it. And now Zero Mission winds up being another one where I do something for a first time on the channel. And again, just being able to talk over it, it's like I love doing that on this channel every now and then. But because, you know, I've been doing Mario mainline stuff and of course Powered Up lasted as long as it did, I haven't been able to enjoy a run where I can just, well, enjoy the run instead of being Mr. Informative. It makes for a fun time. And obviously people in the comments that were kind enough to point out things that I missed out on, thank you. As well as, you know, if you take a look at the description, you've got links to certain channels or sites that helped me out through the course of this game. But yeah, I mean, Metroid Zero Mission in itself is such a fun game to go through for me because it takes what made Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion fun, but it also took out some of the things that I thought were flaws in those games, and it just created the, well, I mean, it's going to be a pun here, the prime 2D Metroid game for me. It was so much fun, and I keep saying that word, but that's exactly what it is to me. The map was so well thought out. Getting the abilities and using them to get other items in this game, no other 2D Metroid does what this one does. That's why I wish this one would have done better than it did, but unfortunately it came out at a time where people just sort of were missing out on Nintendo games. So we take a look at the ending here. I love that ending picture. Our reward for beating this game, of course, is going to be the ending picture that I mentioned for beating this game in under 2 hours and getting all 100% items. That's ending 4 here. And the reason I was gunning for this one was because I wanted you to see in the background here when this picture pans up finally. Take a look at that little barkeeper there. He sure looks kind of Chozoian, does he not? Guess they weren't wiped out by the space pirates after all. Always thought that was kind of a neat little touch. That's why that's my favorite ending picture there of the 8. And I'm glad I was able to get that one. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do this run in 2 hours or not. But yeah, we did it with plenty of time to spare. It's not our only reward for beating the game either, because we also unlock hard mode, the gallery, and a game I went through after doing this run, and that was the original Metroid. Not the biggest fan of that one, but if you wanted to see all the 8 ending pictures, there you go. I figured I'd throw them in here as one little poster deal. But yeah, I think with that, it's about time to wrap this one up. Metroid Zero Mission, a Game Boy Advance game that unfortunately was overlooked by so many fans, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it just came out too close to Metroid Fusion and Prime 1. It came out about a little over a year later. I think it fell into Mega Man 10 syndrome like that, where it just got ignored for that reason, and it's a bummer, because like I said, it does everything I want from a 2D Metroid game to do, basically. Yeah, it's a little on the easy side, at least in normal mode, but the exploration in this game is just so amazing. You're able to go wherever you want, whenever you want, really, with certain abilities. It's just... no other 2D Metroid gives you this kind of freedom, and with such tight controls, too. That's why I had a blast doing this. I'd love to do another Metroid game on the channel, but not right away. And besides, the last time I said I wouldn't do games in certain series, well, Kirby fans are waiting 7 years later, and Sonic Advance fans are probably still waiting for me to do the third one. Still, this one, it was a good time. It wasn't one of my favorite playthroughs I've ever done on the channel, but it was just exactly what I needed to do after so many Mario ones and doing the Mega Man powered up thing. I think the other thing is, though, like I've said about Metroid, I'm not the biggest fan of the original one. When I went through that game, because I didn't like it back when I first played it, but going through the game completely, it never clicked with me. Still doesn't. And while I've mentioned Mega Man powered up a few times, in terms of content, I think that's the biggest increase I've ever seen from a game, Mega Man 1 to powered up. Just so much more content. But in terms of quality, that kind of is where I think Metroid 1 to Metroid Zero Mission, yeah, Zero Mission might just be the biggest jump in quality between an original and its remake I've ever seen. It was an interesting playthrough to do, one that I wasn't always good at times, but I hope you all enjoyed watching this. I also wanted you to see this whole demo here, so with that though, I think it's about time to wrap this one up. I'm Bean, this was Metroid Zero Mission, the best Metroid game ever made to me. We'll see if we do another one of these down the road. See you next mission.